In New York City, a real human drama just played out in the courtroom in the Ghislaine Maxwell case. What happened? A victim testified anonymously in this case. Now, she's anonymous to us, but in that courtroom, she was there, she went up, she took the stand in front of the judge, in front of Ghislaine Maxwell, in front of the jury, in front of the media. Now, the media is not releasing her name, but this is someone who was abused, who was exploited at a very young age, 14 years old. She's now coming full circle, and she's taking her power back. This actually is a situation where you've got someone who was exploited, and there's more coming, by the way, there's more coming, but exploited by some of the most wealthy and powerful people, not just in this country, but in the world. And she's coming forward, and that's courageous. And you have to applaud someone like that. You just have to step back for a minute. And I know there's a lot going on in the Ghislaine Maxwell case, and we talk about the Epstein network, and that is our focus on this. I've told you before, I believe Ghislaine Maxwell will be convicted. I think it's an open shut case. But it's only an open and shut case because of the power of the testimony of the actual victims coming forward. And they have gone through absolute hell in their lives to get them to this point. And you have to applaud them, you have to praise them, and you have to say, thank God that not only did they survive it, but they now have the courage to come forward and do what they're doing. Listen to Lisa Bloom, who's representing some of the victims. She gave an interview yesterday about it.
But I do look forward to seeing the prosecution continue to put on their case. I thought yesterday was a very strong day for the prosecution. As an attorney for sexual abuse survivors myself, I think that the prosecution very clearly and concisely laid out their case, that there are 4 victims here, that Ghislaine Maxwell knew everything that Jeffrey Epstein was doing, that she trafficked these women, that she was a part of all of it. On the defense side, I thought it was a weak opening statement. I give them about a C. It was a good start, saying that since the time of Eve, women have been blamed for men's bad acts. I like that. And by the way, we have a case, first one I've seen, with a female judge, 2 female lead attorneys, female defendant, and 4 female victims. That was a good start for the defense, but it was all downhill after that. And to call Jeffrey Epstein the 21st century James Bond, to go on about how he was so intelligent and charming, really to write this love letter to Jeffrey Epstein, I thought was a very bad move for the defense. I'm especially hoping to hear from the victims today.
Because we do have to remember, folks, that at the end of the day, yes, this is about Epstein. This is about the network. This is about Ghislaine Maxwell. But you can't forget the victims here. You can't forget the people who were abused at a young age. Remember, they were recruited, groomed, selected, and who did they prey upon? Because that's what these people were. They were predators. They preyed on girls from broken homes, ones who were from low-income backgrounds, people who are, you would say, at risk, right? These are the type of young girls that they would recruit into this, and they would throw money at them, whirlwind trips around the world, flights down to the Caribbean, of course. And then the exploitation began, and it began very quickly. And some of the stuff that came out in court yesterday, and it's continuing to come out, it's extremely graphic. If you want to go read the court transcripts, they're out there. And there's our reporting, there's great reporting in the Miami Herald about this. Julie K. Brown is doing some excellent reporting on this. But for at least this show, I'll just say the stuff that was going on here, the depravity, the degeneracy that we were seeing among some of the wealthiest and most powerful and influential people here cannot be overlooked. And the fact that these people were victims of this crooked and corrupt network cannot be overlooked. So we're going to say, and we only know her as there's Jane 1, Jane 2, Jane 3, Jane 4. Well, we are praying for all 4 of them. And I would ask everybody out there to please say a prayer for these victims, the victims of the Epstein network, the victims of Jeffrey Epstein, the victims of Ghislaine Maxwell. And remember that if anyone else is ever caught exploiting young women, young girls, young children like this, you need to go after them, and you need to go after them hard. That's one thing in this country. We do not take child sex abuse laws seriously enough, and in every single state, those laws should be strengthened so incidents like this can never happen again.
This is Charlie Kirk, founder and CEO of Turning Point USA. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Turning Point USA.